little to no experience in the wonderful world of work? Or do you lack the motivation and ambition to get yourself a real proper job? Or perhaps maybe that university degree in literature turned out to be worth less than Poundland toilet paper? If so, then customer service might just be the career path for you. Well, my name's Artemis, and today I'm going to show you how to become a slave to the almighty customer. And before you get all excited about going off and earning minimum wage to deal with, well, arseholes, you should first evaluate whether this job is particularly right for you. It can take a few skills to fully master this field. I mean, can you hold your tongue whilst being shouted at by council house scum because you ran out of their favourite brand of special brew? Can you effortlessly scan over 1,000 items in a single hour without slashing your wrist with the customer's loyalty card? Can you restrain yourself when a pack of mewling, bratty little bastard children takes down that entire shelving unit you've just spent the last hour and a half putting up? Most importantly, do you love being a nameless, soulless number on a spreadsheet, making money for a multi-billion-pound corporation just so that they can gorge themselves on your hard work whilst you struggle to afford food? If the answer is yes to all of these questions, then, well, honestly, you're probably overqualified for this job. If it's no, then boy, do we have an exciting career path for you. But what exactly is customer service? Well, let's break that phrase down. First, there is the customer. Now, I believe customer can be summed up by an insufferably necessary pain in the ass whose whole purpose in life is to come in and ruin your fucking day just by existing. They'll come to your place of business, spending out their hard-earned cash, and in doing so will guarantee that you actually have a job, which in their mind equates to, I'm the reason you have a job. Here you go, I've made up a nice little healthy chart to show you exactly what a customer comprises of. So that's 0.2% common decency, 0.1% manners, 0.2% common sense, 0.5% awareness, that's not bad to be fair, a whopping 49% worth of ignorance, and the rest is made up by just pure smug arrogance. Why did you use the picture of me for that? And then we got the second word, service, which basically equates to do whatever the fuck is necessary to get these mewling bastards out of your life as quickly and as cheaply as possible. Basically, you're politely picking them up upside down and shaking them for all their loose change. Essentially, you could say the customer service is just a polite mugging. Putting these two together, you're basically having to pander to the most pathetic and whiny bunch of assholes you're ever going to see in your life just to scrape by a living. Oh, I wonder what that feels like. You might be thinking this might not be the kind of thing that you're going to do in your job, but you'd be surprised. Customer service can happen in a variety of places. You've got your supermarkets, your high street shops, you've got your call centres, your theme parks, your zoos. Basically, anywhere you like to enjoy on your days off, but don't give even half a flying fuck about when you're there just enjoying those services. When you're working the job, it's one of the most important and stressful parts of your life. When you're taking advantage of the job, they're just mindless fucking droids. And while some of the more specialist parts of the jobs might differ, the fundamentals never really stay the same, and the rules are always very clear. Rule 1. You must always be happy, smiling and approachable, even when you're short-staffed working overtime and you're doing twice as much work as you're actually being paid for. Spoiler alert, this is going to be nearly 100% of the time when you're working in customer service. Rule 2. Always be efficient and motivated, because who doesn't pop a boner by having to come to work and stack shelves that will endlessly be emptied for a company that really wants to get rid of you and hire on a teenager for a cheaper rate? Rule 3. Always be committed to the company's goals and beliefs, which they'll bullshit you and tell you it's all about charity and developing people, not employees. But really it's about two things: cold hard cash and bending over for the shareholders so you can get all of your holes resized. And finally, always work as part of a massive team. We're all in this together. Which usually equates to covering the asses of your management team whilst they sit in some high-rise office on Instagram talking about their latest sexual encounter, which usually involves them being around the back of the bins at some McDonald's in the town centre crying their eyes out because of their daddy issues.
Dude, we got to cut that offence out.
Oh no, that one's going in. Fuck the offence. Finally, you must always be striving to put in that 110%, which, if you actually believe is a mathematical possibility, is probably why you're working this job, you uneducated cretin. One of the most important and, well, common aspects of this job is being nice to dickheads, basically. These companies want to ensure you're going to be kind and helpful when someone's being a prick. You must always be able to put across this professional face when you're dealing with these assholes. Let's look at some examples what exactly these bastards are going to say. The customer is always right. Well, okay, sir, by that logic then, yes, you can use bleach as a cleansing enema. Excuse me, I'm looking for knives. Are they going to be in the kitchen area? Actually, funnily enough, we started keeping them next to the kids' toys just for shits and giggles. Excuse me, do you work here? Actually, no, it's a fancy dress costume. I'm going to a party as a disappointment to my parents. Oh, sorry, I know you closed 10 minutes ago, but you don't mind if I just grab a few bits, do you? Of course not, as long as you grab a healthy handful of grade A farm fresh, fuck you! What do you mean I need to be 18 and over to buy beer? Seriously, what the fuck else could I mean by that? Excuse me, I bought this toaster and it burnt my child's hand. I demand a refund. You fucking idiot. Burn Queens on aisle 4. Fuck off, you dickhead. Now those are all examples of wonderful customer service etiquette, just as long as it stays in your head and doesn't come out of your mouth. Of course, empathy is also a massive part of what you're going to be doing in your day-to-day job. Always be able to take on board the customer's perspective. What are they thinking and what are they feeling? Now, let's say that they've come to your shop to buy a little tube of lube, and they don't realise that your shop charges twice the price than all the other shops. Using your empathy skills, you should be able to realise that the customer is a fucking idiot and is obviously going to blame you for this mistake because it's your personal fault, right? Obviously, you control the prices. For this heinous crime that you've committed, you should expect them to call you every name under the sun just because you're doing your job and charging the price that it tells you to. Now, don't hate them for this. They are poor, fragile, simple creatures. Pity them and their horrible broken life and the dry, bloody pounding they're going to have to endure because they were too cheap to buy lube. And when they do decide to make a complaint, just repeat the phrase, "I'm sorry you feel that way," until they ask to see a manager. Then it's not your fucking problem anymore. Excuse me, I think the way that you've spoken to me is completely unprofessional, and I just do not accept that the price you're telling me is the correct one. Yes, I mean, I'm sorry you feel that way. Right, okay, well, I expect you to rectify the issue and to do something to recover my services as a customer here. Yes, well, I mean, I'm sorry you feel that way. But what are you going to do about it? I mean, I want a refund and I would like some sort of compensation for this. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry you feel this way. Is that all you're going to say to me? This is really starting to piss me off now. Well, I mean, I'm sorry you feel that way. Right, listen here, you little shit, I want to see your fucking manager. Finally! Derek, we got another cunt on aisle 5. So there you go, if you believe you can master all of these skills, then perhaps a career in customer service is for you. And if you don't think it is, then, well, tough shit. The way the economy is going, this is the only kind of job you're ever going to be able to get.